Gotham didn't realize it had already lost him. At this point, everything felt normal. Crime rose, crime fell. The signal lit the sky, and Batman answered. The villains feared him. The police relied on him. The city slept, believing there was a line he would never cross. And for a long time, that belief held. He still stopped the robberies, still dismantled the gangs, still left criminals tied up in alleys for dawn arrests. But something had changed. Not in his methods, in his patience. Every night ended the same way. Another criminal escaped justice, another case dismissed, another monster laughing on the courthouse steps. Gotham wasn't broken because of villains. It was broken because it let them live to try again. And then, he made a decision no hero should ever make. He stopped handing them over. The first time, no one noticed. A crime boss vanished. No body, no arrest. Just an empty penthouse and a terrified network scrambling for leadership. It worked. For a moment. Organized crime collapsed overnight. Drug routes dried up, street violence dropped. The city breathed easier. Batman watched from the shadows, silent, calculating. The second time wasn't so quiet. A supervillain disappeared mid-transport. Armored convoy, federal oversight, witnesses everywhere. Still, no body. The message spread faster than fear ever had. Cross him, and you don't come back. It worked. For a moment. Villains started cancelling jobs. Heists were abandoned halfway through planning. Even the worst of them hesitated. But hesitation turned into desperation. They didn't hide anymore. They united. Gotham's monsters stopped fighting each other. They started talking. And Batman knew that was coming. He had planned for it. He didn't just watch their meetings, he attended them. Not as a shadow, not as a myth, as a partner. He didn't sit at the table, he stood behind it, in the dark. They didn't laugh.
Well, Bats, fancy seeing
they
you
didn't
here.
threaten.
Joker, your
they
game ends
listened.
tonight. Oh, but the fun is just
He
beginning.
offered them structure, rules, territory, no innocent casualties, no chaos without purpose, no defiance. In return, protection from the law, from rivals, from consequences. Gotham's villains didn't gain a leader, they gained a warden. It worked. For a moment. Crime became predictable, controlled, contained. The police noticed first. Response times felt unnecessary. Patrols went quiet. Commissioners asked questions they didn't want answered. Then the heroes noticed. Not all at once, not loudly, just patterns. Absences, silences where alarms used to be. Batman stopped answering calls, stopped coordinating, stopped pretending they were on the same side. When confronted, he didn't deny it. "I ended the war," he said. "No more cycles. No more false hope." This wasn't a misunderstanding anymore. This was intention. The heroes argued law. He answered with results. They warned him about lines. He showed them graphs. Less crime, fewer deaths, a safer city, at a cost no one wanted to name. Because somewhere in Gotham, a criminal screamed, and no one came. The villains followed his rules, because they were afraid of what happened when you didn't. And Batman? He didn't call himself a villain. He called himself necessary. But necessity doesn't care about morality, only outcomes. And Gotham was about to learn the price of order. He told himself this was temporary, a phase, a correction. Once Gotham stabilized, he would step back. But power never waits for permission. The villains didn't just follow his rules, they adapted to them. Crime evolved. Cleaner, quieter, no screaming crowds, no televised chaos, just disappearances. It worked, for a moment, until the first hero tried to stop him. Not with fists, with proof. Files leaked, surveillance gaps mapped, a pattern only Batman could have designed. The city saw it before the League did. Crime was down, but so were people. Suspects erased, witnesses vanished, whole neighborhoods went silent. Gotham wasn't safer, it was subdued. When they confronted him again, his voice didn't rise, it didn't shake. "You let this happen," he said. "I just finished it." They called it tyranny. He called it responsibility. Saving the world was no longer the goal. Controlling it was. The first fight wasn't explosive. It was surgical. Traps sprung, systems failed, plans countered before they were spoken. He knew them too well, had planned for this years ago. Heroes fell without understanding how. Not dead. Neutralized. Contained like criminals. Every victory cost something. And Batman paid without hesitation. The villains watched from the sidelines, terrified, obedient. They realized too late they weren't partners. They were assets. And assets can be removed. Gotham's last stand wasn't a battle. It was a choice. Stop him, and chaos returns. Let him rule, and freedom dies quietly. This wasn't about masks anymore. This was about control versus hope. The city chose neither. They exposed him. Everything. The deals, the disappearances, the truths he buried for the greater good. The world turned on him overnight. And for the first time, Batman stood alone. He could have erased the evidence, could have silenced the city. He didn't, because somewhere, beneath the armor and calculations, he understood. He had become what Gotham feared. Not a symbol, a sentence. He vanished before dawn. No farewell, no apology. Crime returned. Messy, imperfect, but human. The villains scattered, the heroes rebuilt. Gotham survived, but it never forgot the night its protector decided fear was easier than faith. And that's how Batman saved the city, by leaving it. If you want more dark timelines, broken heroes, and choices that change everything, subscribe to Genesis Vault. Because some stories aren't about winning. They're about what it costs to try.